Welcome again to Professional English 1. We are going to talk about the passive voice. The passive voice is quite important in English, and basically it's really important in academic English, in technical English, to express many actions that need to be emphasized. The passive voice emphasizes the action rather than the actor. The action is what is talked first, and the actor or the doer normally comes to the end of the sentence. Okay? In the active voice is that who emphasizes the actor, the doer. Charles threw the garbage yesterday. Charles performed an action. He threw the garbage yesterday. The garbage was acted upon. So Charles took the garbage and threw it yesterday. Okay? We are emphasizing Charles in this case. The actor, the doer, is being emphasized. The subject, the verb in the corresponding tense, in this case is the past tense, the object, and finally the complement. Okay? The subject, the verb, the object. But we will have different things coming in the passive voice. Remember, the subject acts on the object. The action is what the verb describes rather than the actor. In the passive voice, we emphasize the object. The garbage was thrown by Charles yesterday. The garbage was took by Charles and thrown yesterday. We are emphasizing the garbage. The object in this case is the garbage. We need to use the verb to be always in the passive voice and the participle of the verb. The participle of the verb throw is thrown. Remember, the past tense of throw is threw. We have the subject and we have the complement. Okay, the object of the previous sentence becomes the subject, and the subject becomes the object. Okay? The object becomes the main idea of the expression. Okay? As we talked, the passive voice emphasizes the action, and the subject, the doer, the actor is secondary. The performer of the action is just a complementary idea. Okay, in the passive voice, the subject is acted upon rather than acting. Okay, the garbage was thrown. In the passive voice, the actual subject, the doer of the action is or missing, as in these examples, the garbage was thrown yesterday, or the report was already presented. We don't know who threw the garbage. We don't know who presented the report. We don't need to, because what we want to know is what happened with the garbage or what happened with the report. Okay? The doer of the action may appear by the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence. For example, the Nobel Prize was won by Vargas Llosa. The Literature Nobel Prize was won by Vargas Llosa. Vargas Llosa is the doer, and it comes at the end of the sentence. The report was already presented by the department. Okay? Now we are indicating that the report was presented by the department. Okay, the department presented the report. For us, it's not important the department. What is important is the report. Okay? Many people, many literature, many grammar specialists will think the passive voice is unnecessary. But we need the passive voice in sciences. Okay, most literature would avoid the passive voice. If you have seen, to construct the passive voice, we need more words than for the active voice. Okay? It requires a verb phrase. That means the verb to be, first the verb to be, and second the participle of the verb, and probably an auxiliary verb, as is the case of the present perfect tense. The report has already been presented. The report is the subject of the sentence, has is the auxiliary verb, being presented is the phrase verb. So we need more words than for the active. And sometimes it becomes a bit deceptive because its grammar is a bit difficult. However, we need the passive voice because we need impersonal description. Impersonal descriptions in English are not as common as in other languages. And particularly, we use a lot on impersonal description in Spanish. Se hizo, se dijo. But in English, it's not as easy to say that. It was done. It was said. Okay? For example, the bottle was filled with 100 milliliters of sample. Okay? We need to emphasize that the bottle is the main topic in this information. The sample or the volume of the sample is not as important as the bottle because we need to know that the bottle was used. Okay? Writing or speaking, we need to be complete, that with the appropriate form according to the audience. For example, Newton discovered the law of gravitation. We are emphasizing Newton. But if we are talking about the law of gravitation, we emphasize the law of gravitation. The law of gravitation was discovered by Newton. Okay? We need to emphasize the scientific knowledge rather than the discoverer. We need to know the laws rather than the doers of the laws. Doers is quoted. Do you know? Quoted. Okay. Please reinforce and assess your knowledge. Remember, the passive voice is constructed by using the participle form of the verb. For example, we have these words and we need to construct a passive voice in the present simple. We took the subject, technical books. We use the verb to be are and the participle form of print, printed in my university. Okay? The sentence is in the present. Okay? Technical books are printed in my university. We don't need to mention who printed. We need to mention that the technical books were printed in my university or are printed in my university. Okay? Now we have another example. A lot of rice, the verb is eat, and what it would become a complement is in Peru. Let's see. A lot of rice. What comes? Remember the verb to be. The form, the participle, the form of the verb, the participle of it is, okay, remember what is the participle form of it, and the complement is Peru. The present simple, the form of the verb is A lot of rice is plural or singular? A lot of rice. Remember, okay? And the answer is a lot of rice is eaten in Peru. A lot of rice is uncountable in this case. Singular. The singular form of the verb to be is, and the participle of it is eaten, and the complement in Peru. Let's see another example. Her new expensive necklace. Do you remember a necklace that many women use? They like to show off. The verb is buy, and the complement is born. We need the past simple. Which is the past simple? Remember, the verb to be goes in the past simple. Her new expensive necklace, singular or plural? The participle of buy, please use. I advise you to use a piece of paper, write it, and then compare with the answer in the screen. Okay, her new expensive necklace, the verb to be, the participle, and the complement. Her new expensive necklace was, the past simple, was bought in Bonn. Her new expensive necklace was bought in Bonn. Another example, my laptop, the verb format, and the moment. The present continuous. Do you remember in the previous session we mentioned the present continuous? The present continuous goes with ing. My laptop, and we need the continuous. This example might seem a bit tricky. Actually, it's not that tricky. It's just a bit more needed of attention. You need to pay more attention. Okay, let's form the passive form. My laptop is the subject. Now, present continuous. What is the present form of the verb to be? Is. The present continuous being, and the participle formatted. Let's see. My laptop is being formatted at the moment. Is the verb that comes to help, and being as the verb to be, and formatted as a participle. My laptop is being formatted at the moment. Another example, salsa songs, broadcast since yesterday. Okay, let's see. Salsa songs, singular, plural, plural. The present perfect. What is the present perfect? The present perfect uses has or have as an auxiliary, and the participle of the verb, in this case the verb to be. Salsa song is plural. The plural needs have in the present perfect. Salsa songs have the participle of the verb to be, been, and broadcasted is going to be the participle of the verb. Salsa songs have been broadcasted since yesterday. Okay? Remember, have been is the form of the verb to be. For the present perfect, the form of the verb to be is have been or has been, according to the number. Singular, has been, plural, have been, as in this case. Salsa songs have been broadcasted since yesterday. Okay. More examples. BMWs make in Germany. BMWs is the subject, of course. Present simple. The present simple form is or are or am. BMWs, in this case, the apostrophe and the S means plural. It's not the possessive. It's not the verb to be. It's the plural. BMWs, plural. What is the form of the verb to be in the present simple? Are. BMWs are made in Germany. Okay? BMWs are made in Germany. The present simple, again, English, singular, which is the form of the verb to be in the present simple, is or are or am. English, singular, third person, singular, is. English is, and the participle. What is the participle of speak? Here comes the answer. English is spoken in this shop. Is the present simple form of the verb to be. Spoken is the participle of the verb, and in this shop is the complement. Okay, another example. The oldest house, which is going to become the subject, bill, that needs to be changed to the participle, and we need to make a sentence in the past simple. Okay, the oldest house comes at first. What comes next? The verb to be. What is the form of the verb to be in the past simple? Was or were. The oldest house is singular, so the corresponding form is was. The oldest house was, and what comes next? The participle of the verb build. What is the participle of the verb build? The participle is built. The oldest house was built in 1575, a long time ago, yes? The oldest house was built in 1575. Okay? Another example, the bridge, the subject of the sentence, repair, and at the moment. Again, we need present continuous. Okay, let's see. At first, what is the present continuous form of the verb to be? Do you remember? Is being, are being, am being. The bridge is the third person singular, so the corresponding present continuous form is being. The bridge is being. What comes next? Yes, the participle form of the verb. The bridge is being repaired at the moment. The bridge is being repaired at the moment. Okay. Another example. The trees cut down last winter. The past simple. The first thing we need to think on is the verb to be form. The trees, okay, is plural, but in the past simple, what is the form of the verb to be? Were, of course, were. The trees were cut down last winter. Cut is the participle of cut. Cut will have the present, the past, and the participle in the same form. Okay, the answer is the trees were cut down last winter. The trees were cut down last winter. Okay? Let's move on. The picture paint tomorrow. Future simple. What is the future form of the verb to be? We have two future forms. Will or going to. Let's use will. Just will. It's simple, and for an example is quite adequate. Will be. Yes. In the future, verbs will have just one form. Will something. The picture will be. What is the participle of paint? Yes, Paint is a regular verb. The picture will be painted tomorrow. The picture will be painted tomorrow. Okay? Remember the subject, the verb, the corresponding form of the verb to be, the participle of the verb, and the complement. Okay, when I came in is a phrase that will become the beginning of the sentence, dative and fix. Dative is actually the subject of the sentence. When I came in, past tense, we need past continuous. What is the form of the past continuous? Was being or were being. Yes, because the present continuous is being, are being, or am being. So the past form of the past continuous is was being, were being. When I came in, dative, singular, third person, was being, okay, very good. Dative was being, sorry, okay, fix it. When I came in, comma, dative was being fixed. Okay, when I came in this case, helps to express the idea. Okay? When I came in, helps this information to be understood. Okay. Present perfect simple. Present perfect. Auxiliary and the participle. What is the present perfect simple form of the verb to be? We have two. Yes, of course, we have two. One for the singular, has been, okay, and one for the plural, have been. The cupboard is singular, has been repaired, of course. Yeah, easy, isn't it? The cupboard has been repaired recently. Okay? The past simple. What is the past simple form of the verb to be? Was or were. Okay. How problem resolved? The car. Singular or plural? Singular. What is the singular form of the verb to be? Was. The car was found in the garage. Was the verb to be in the past simple, and found is a participle of the verb we need to form. Breakfast served between 7 and 9, present simple. Present simple is, are, am. Breakfast, third person singular. It is, yes, is the form that corresponds in this case. Breakfast is the participle, yes, of course. Serve is a regular verb. Breakfast is served between 7 and 9. Okay. Breakfast is served between 7 and 9. Okay. Present simple. I won't say anything. I will wait for you to construct. Remember the present simple form of the verb to be. Which is the person? The dog. And call is the verb. What is the participle form of the verb? Okay. The dog is called Rover. Okay. Past continuous. Do you remember the past continuous of the verb to be? We did that a moment ago. Past continuous. Think. I'm just counting the time for you to write in a piece of paper the answer. The meeting. The past continuous form of the verb to be. Meeting is singular. Let's see the answer. The meeting was being. Was being is the past continuous form of the verb to be. In this case, it's the singular. and held is the participle. In my office is just the complement. Another example, the street. Present perfect. What is the present perfect form of the verb to be? Okay, let me count until 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 10. The street, the present perfect is, yes, has been, because it's singular. The street has been, and the participle of closed, because of snow. Because of snow is just the complement. The bank's future simple. Again, what is the future form of the verb to be? I'm again counting until 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The future simple of verb to be is will be, and the participle of the verb is closed. Very easy. The banks will be closed in 2 days. Yes. Okay, another example. Hundreds of books. Present. Let's see, what is the form? Are is the present. Hundreds of books are written every year. Just in the present are written. Okay? And again, I'm going to count to 15 to let you finish this exercise. Okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 15. Okay, past simple wasn't where? After the accident, Joe is the subject. After the accident is just to clarify the idea, to emphasize the information. After the accident, Joe was taken to the hospital, okay? The past simple, the cup found in the corner. Again to 15. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. The past simple form, the cup is singular, is was, and the participle is found. The cup was found in the corner. Okay? Now we have the present perfect. What is the present perfect form of the verb to be? Okay, again to 15. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Okay. The present perfect form of the verb to be, in this case, is singular, has been. The negative, not find. The negative, hasn't been. And the participle of find, found. The robber has not been found by the police. The robber has not been found by the police. The present perfect is not as difficult as you think. The robber hasn't been found by the police. Okay. Search, stop this evening. Future simple, quite easy. Well, again 15. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. The future simple, quite simple, will be. The search will be stopped this evening. Okay? Now, in the present continuous, different types of cameras used. Quite easy. Present continuous. Okay? 12. I am going to count to 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Present continuous is being or are being. Different types of camera is plural, are being. Different types of cameras are being used. Okay? I hope you understood the passive voice. This needs a bit more of practice. Please practice, try to practice it. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.